National Football League on EA Sports. And if it's in the game, it's in the game. It's the Buccaneers and the Vikings. And it's coming up next on Madden NFL 22.
Well, later tonight in November, snowfall is forecasted to hit the Twin Cities, but right now, calm outside, and of course, a calm day inside U.S. Bank Stadium in Minneapolis. Today, it's Week 12 of the NFL season, and we've got a good one in store between the Tampa Bay Buccaneers and the Minnesota Vikings. So out come the Bucs now for their first drive. And at quarterback from the University of Oregon, it's Justin Herbert.
Would you say that last week's performance by him, workmanlike in terms of numbers?
1 touchdown, 1 pick, but obviously a loss.
Yeah, that's the bottom line for him. All he cares about is how do we find a way to win the game. Maybe leans on a few other parts of the offense, and hopefully springs a receiver or two free.
Running on first down is Jones, but he's not going to get much, maybe a couple, and it's second down. And, Charles, you wonder about this defense coming in. I mean, look, it's no secret they're playing a team that's down on its luck right now. Losers of 5 straight. How does that change how you prepare for a game?
Well, to me, the first thought is you just get after them early, right? Take away any chance of them building any confidence. But the second thing is you prepare a little bit differently. You've got to expect this team to take chances, go for it on 3rd and 4th downs, run a lot of trick plays, anything to try and break their losing streak. So you must stay alert and stay aware.
I think defensively you're okay with that. Here in the first quarter, he's going to get some catches, but they rallied to him quickly.
And that's what you count on, and I like what you just said. First quarter, can you do it all game long? They catch it, you tackle it, they go down on the spot. Because when you're able to do that and you don't give up big chunks of yardage after the catch, now you put the offense in a position where every series they have to work hard to pick up first downs, and you tend to stall them out when you do that.
From Viking territory now, they'll come up 1st and 10 at the 46. From the shotgun to give to Jones. And he'll maneuver his way forward for about 4. 2nd and 6. 6 yards left on 2nd down. This defense for the Vikings, they were very good in the win last week against Jacksonville.
But we certainly had a nice conversation with the defensive coordinator, didn't we? And what we heard, I like what we did, but we definitely need more pressure on the quarterback this week.
So they'll come up 1st and 10 now from the 33. Running right, Jones. And the reinforcements come in as they're going to stop him behind the line. 2 yards the loss, 2nd and 12. Back to throw here, Herbert. Firing quickly here, and that's complete. Touchdown! A great play there. His 2nd touchdown on the season. And the Bucs have taken a first quarter lead. Myers connects on the PAT. And that makes the score 7-0.
Vikings, nothing.
Out is the kickoff unit as they run up and send this one away. This taken in at the goal line. A first carry here for Kene Nwangu. And they'll get him down up past the 15-yard line. He was solid last week, over 100 yards in their victory on the ground. They want to get that going again.
Absolutely. What they also understand is that from week to week, it's not necessarily the same, but they want it to be, right? What they saw last week on the ground, they want to see in this game as well.
And all the way down to the 37. A big play there for Minnesota.
Already over 1,000 yards receiving this season. That catch is just going to add to his total. Certainly not resting on his laurels. He's trying to continue to gain as many yards as possible and continue this big season.
And he'll snag about 5 yards down to the 32. The numbers for him from a week ago: 17 carries, 111 for yards, and a touchdown.
And the way they ran the ball in last week's game has to be satisfying to their entire staff, because they're seeing not just a back gain big yardage, but they're seeing an offensive line really in sync.
That's a gain of 4.
I'm going to throw it. And he's got this to Jefferson. Touchdown, Vikings. Justin Jefferson, his 14th touchdown now on the year. And the Vikings are an extra point away from tying this thing up. Point after, right down the middle. And that will tie our score here in this opening quarter of play. Each team's had it. Each team has scored. 7-7 here as the kick's away. The return man down to a knee, and this will come out. The Bucs offense set to begin their next possession. In the midst of, well, let's just say a not-so-rosy losing streak. They've got the open week, though, coming up next weekend, so you have to figure this to be a game that they dearly love to have.
Oh, indeed. They have to have this one because that's something positive to take with you when you go away for a few days, and it actually releases your mind. If they lose this one, that mind stays cluttered the entire time they're away, and they've got to scramble to get back in sync when they start playing again.
Now they face a 3rd down and 4 after that incompletion on 2nd down. Justin Herbert looking to pass. And he's got his big tight end here. And he is going to have the Buccaneers 1st down as they're able to get the 3rd down conversion.
Normally on 3rd down and short yardage, you're thinking of throwing to your tight end. It's just going to be a simple chain mover. But this time they let him roam down the field, and a nice dart picks up the 1st down and then some.
Now a 1st down carry by Jones. And he sneaks his way forward only for a couple here. 2nd down. The last run good for 2. Here's 2nd and 8. The give is to Jones. And he's got it across the midfield stripe and into Viking territory. Another 2-yard gain there, but they'll need to do better this time. It's 3rd and 6. 2nd quarter now, and it's Buccaneer football. Teams all tied after 1. Going to throw on 3rd down with Herbert. A check down here to Jones. And he is out of bounds, but not before he's inside the 30.
We can talk all we want about football being a game of strength and brawn. It's also a game of mismatches, and they're trying to create one there, getting it to their back out of the backfield to make a bigger play.
As we often say, get it to him in space, let him use his leg.
Yeah, if he can get a matchup against a linebacker or maybe a defensive end dropping out in a zone blitz, he's going to win that battle just about every time.
On 2nd and inches, Herbert. Pressure applied, and he's going to be taken down. They sack him back at the 33-yard line. Joseph Osai make that now 8 sacks for him on the season. Now on 3rd and long, they'll look to throw. Hopkins on the grab over the middle. And in for the Buccaneers touchdown. DeAndre Hopkins, his 6th touchdown of the season. And the Bucs have taken the lead. And CD, we have seen some great runs the last few times we've been together, but I think we can at least put this one in our top 5. That was a determined gallop there. Extra point up and through by Myers. And that makes the score 14-7. That time a 9-play drive. And it ends with a touchdown for the Bucs. Set now to kick this one away, and off it goes. And here comes a return from just beyond the goal line. And the Vikings taking the field here for their 2nd drive of the game. And they, if you just look at this game, Charles, on paper, they've got the edge, no doubt. They're hanging around the top of the NFC. On the other side, you got a squad that's towards the bottom of the NFC. But when we mentioned that to the coaches, they were having no part of it.
Yeah, and I like how you said when we mentioned it. In fact, I mentioned it, and I upset them a little bit, didn't I? Because they wanted no part of that one, and I was reminded, like a 5-year-old, this is the NFL. Any given Sunday, anything can happen. They are guarding against the upset.
And they work this well upfield across the 45. 42 yards rushing for him now. He's only carried the ball 4 times. A big hitter to start the drive has him up near midfield here for 1st and 10. Now a nice throw here right side. He hauls it in. And he'll go out of bounds finally at the 7. A big play there for Minnesota.
When they've needed a play this year, he's certainly been the guy to deliver it. As this season has gone on, he's been awfully consistent and sometimes spectacular.
And it's caught in the end zone for the Viking touchdown by Justin Jefferson. Justin Jefferson with touchdown number 15 on the year and 2nd of the game. And the Vikings are an extra point away from tying this thing up. Extra point right down the middle. And we are tied here in the 2nd quarter. This one tied at 14 now as he sends this one away. No run back here, down to a knee, and this drive will start at the 25. Back now comes Tampa Bay. And they have the game here followed by the open date on their calendar next weekend. And Charles, this is a crew that you have to think really is relishing the opportunity to be on the couch for a few days.
Yeah, they certainly are, but let's face it, partner. They can't get caught looking ahead to that couch time while they're playing this one. They've got to take care of business first.
And he's going to get a good gain of 9 here up to the 34. So he is able to turn that into positive yardage, but I think it's fair to say that those are not the shots you're wanting your quarterback to have to absorb.
And he has to know sometimes when to say when. You have to know when to give yourself up, and let's face it, not easy for these guys to do because they're competitors as well. But sometimes you do learn your lesson the hard way, as he did there.
On 1st down, it's Herbert. Throw right side, taken in by Godwin. 20! Touchdown, Tampa Bay! Chris Godwin, his 9th touchdown of the season. And the Bucs are going to take the lead. Myers connects on the PAT. And the lead is now 21-14. The kickoff unit is out on the field, and they will send this one away. Taken in at the 3.
Let's go, boys. Bring it up. At their own 7-yard line.
There again is the running back as he trots onto the field. He's been good. They've utilized him well, but they're losing here in the 2nd quarter. What might they change offensively?
I think that what you try and do is expand how you get the ball to him a little bit. Get him out in open space, maybe swing the ball to him. What's that they used to call it in the West Coast offense, the long handoff? Serve as your running play that way, as well as continue to feed him the football. Some of these runs now may pop bigger later in the game because of the effects of running it. Sometimes people, after a while, they don't want to tackle him anymore, or they get tired, or they get out of position, or he runs through tackles. Continue to feed him the ball. He's having that kind of game.
Yeah, might they get him the ball in some space in some different ways here. 8 yards the gain on that last run. Here's 2nd and a couple. Now Mond. To the right side and complete to Jefferson. And all the way down to the 29. A big play there for Minnesota. So now then, the big play has him all the way inside the 30 now, 1st and 10. And this one right back into the hands of Jefferson. And he's brought down, but not before he reaches the 8-yard line. A chance now to get even before the break as they come up 1st and goal. And a quick throw here, that's complete. And he'll be brought down right on the edge of the goal line at about the 1-yard line. That's good for a gain of 6, 2nd and goal. Blitz coming, and down he goes. They'll get to the line here, but remember, it's also 3rd down. Mond looks to throw. zone. Touchdown, Minnesota. A great effort there in the final seconds of the first half. And the Vikings have a chance to tie the game here in the final seconds of the half. Extra point splits the uprights, and we are tied here in the second quarter. A couple of teams locked into a good one here. 21 all the score as the kick's away. And not wanting to risk anything here late in the half, he'll just take a knee and they'll bring the football out to the 25. The Bucs offense set to begin their next possession. And with 8 seconds on the clock, really not a lot of time to try to put anything together. First down and much more here for Jones. And how about that for just running out the clock? Now whistles and a timeout with 3 seconds left in the first half. And they line up now for what will likely be the last play of the first half. The final shot before the break for Herbert. Throwing over the middle, and it's incomplete. So thanks to the late, there you have it. Halftime quickly over. Third quarter, here we go. And ready to get the party started for the second half. It was an even first half, all tied on the scoreboard. And the Vikings set to go on offense to begin the third quarter. It's a tied football game here. What do you think, Charles, the message was at halftime?
Well, I think that they probably just looked at things and said, we're fortunate that this is a tie game. No need to panic. No need to change a whole lot. We didn't play anything close to our best in the first half, so we don't have to go out and win one for the Gipper. Let's just go out and play our best football and win one for us.
A good run there on first down, and it'll leave them with a 2nd and 2. He'll keep pounding here with Lynch. And he'll only get a yard to bring up 3rd and 1. The good run on first down followed up by a not-so-good run on second down.
Now let's find out if they're going to stick with the run here on 3rd down. A lot of people would love to see some play action here. I say go with your best running play over your best blocker.
And he's going to get this one across the 30-yard line. 42 yards rushing for him now. He's carried the ball just 5 times. From the 32 now, here's 1st and 10. On the give, this is Lynch. And he will lose yardage here to the 31-yard line. He'll lose a yard there, and it's 2nd and 11.
Overall, I'd have to say that was just really good team defense because, to me, you can't pin that one on the running back. He had no shot there. He had a man in his face immediately.
Looking at a 2nd and 11 now after the loss. Here's Mond. Oh, he's got a man wide open, complete. And he's going to get this all the way down inside the 35.
Let's go.
Now we're going to get a timeout. Appears we've got an injured Buccaneer. So the big play changes the complexion of things. Here's 1st and 10 just outside the 30. On the give is Nwangu. And he's going to be taken down with a marker on the field. So let's see about the call. So a decent gain, but all for naught on the penalty.
It's too bad, isn't it? They were feeling pretty good about it. The only people celebrating, the guys who just gave up that play.
And that is incomplete. That right there, his first incompletion so far in this game, Charles. He was 9 of 9 before that.
Yeah, I think that qualifies as being locked in. And then you have to ask him the question, so what caused the incompletion? Come on, man, get back on your game. Let's go.
And some room to work. And he'll get into the end zone. Touchdown, Minnesota. And that one heck of a run right there. Once he got loose, you could tell that he was going to run a long way. That was pretty impressive.
And there's an old chestnut of an expression called getting on your horse. And I hate to use it, but I'm going to right here because it absolutely applies. How about the head of steam he had behind him? He was absolutely galloping downfield. That was something to see.
And he'll just sit on this one as their drive will start at the 25. The Bucs offense set to begin their next possession. And this game was all square at halftime, but now they find themselves down 7 following the opening drive touchdown here in the third quarter.
And they need to take a good, relaxing, deep breath, don't you think? Because right now they might start to feel like they've got to play catch-up here and start matching them point for point. But it's still too early to get there. They can still run their offense. Plenty of time to get back in this game.
Herbert setting up to throw on first down. He's got a man. It's his tight end. That's complete. Past the 20. Touchdown, Tampa Bay. A big play there. His second touchdown of the game, his third on the year. And the Buccaneers are an extra point away from tying up this football game. Extra point up and through by Myers. And that will tie our game here in the third. That drive started on their own 25. 2 plays, 75 yards later, into the end zone. This will be fielded inside the 5. The Minnesota offense about ready to get this next drive underway. And another drive starts with them huddling in their end zone, Charlie. Where have we seen this before? Very recently, but the last time they had it backed up like this, they took it the length of the field.
Hard to do that once, let alone the idea of doing it twice. But, of course, that's the...
And he will score! Touchdown, Vikings! Kene Nwangwu, 94 yards. And the Vikings on one play have taken the lead. Point after, right down the middle. And they will take a 7-point lead. After the touchdown, Sloman to do the kickoff honors. And no effort to bring this one out. It's a touchback. Herbert on first down now. It's a short one here, complete to his tight end. And he'll be taken down, but not before they work it across midfield. A big play there on the catch and run. From Viking territory now, they'll come up 1st and 10 at the 47. A give to Jones. And he sneaks his way forward only for a couple here. 2nd down.
Certainly a nice job there by the defense rallying to the football and getting him on the ground. But I think the play gets made by the defensive front. Because if they can't get upfield, their job is to go ahead and get low, almost get into a ball sometimes, stack things up.
Looking for Jones, and it's intercepted. Picked up by Caden Stearns. And the Vikings are going to take over once again at their own 37-yard line.
And that's a great example of ball skills right there, partner. You and I do a lot of games, and I can't tell you how many guys look to run with the football before they've intercepted it. So that's a nice job of focusing on the task at hand and coming away with the interception.
Throwing on first down, but this one winds up to be incomplete. Not his best throw there, but where we sit right now in the third quarter, he's had a pretty good game throwing the football.
He certainly has, and it's not exactly at the point where we're doing 4-minute offense yet, but they've got to think about, I'm not going to say milking the clock, but understanding clock management here on out.
And this will be good for a pickup of 9 to the 46. And that looked like some pretty easy yardage there right up the gut.
And he's a guy that has some height to him. So when you don't have to drop a shoulder or create or get through contact or trash, makes it a lot easier to stay upright, see the field, and make a run as we just saw there.
And he takes this one down almost all the way to the 30. Going to do it for this third quarter of action. We'll return with more after this. This is the NFL, and it's on EA Sports. And we return, welcoming you back to Minneapolis. It's the Vikings in possession of the football and the lead. They'll be looking to add to that total as we begin quarter number 4. set him back 5 yards.
Still first down.
The delay of game backs him up 5, 1st and 15. Handoff here to Nwangu. And they'll be inside the 5 now at the 24. Now after the running play, we've got a man down on the field. Well, he gets attended to. We'll step aside. Back to the ground, this time Lynch. And he'll take it down here just shy of the 15 at the 16-yard line. 49 yards now on the ground on just 7 carries. So the ball down to the 16 here for 1st and 10. Carry now for Lynch.
I think we're seeing the effect that runs like that are starting to have on this game. They're a little bit slower, that front 7 reacting to the football, almost like body blows in boxing, slowing them down, and they're really starting to take over in this game.
They'll run for it with Lynch, and he'll get in. Touchdown, Minnesota. A great play there. Hitting double digits with his 10th touchdown of the season. And the Vikings are closing in on a 3rd straight win as they widen the gap further here in the 4th quarter. Extra point right down the middle, and the lead now up to 14. After the touchdown, Sloman to do the kickoff honors. And it'll come out to the 25 as he will not attempt a return. Now the Buccaneers offensive unit back out on the field. And there are parts of their last drive they'd like to emulate. And, of course, they'd like to forget the ending, the interception. But they did put together, Charles, a nice sustained drive to get him down the field.
Yeah, and unfortunately for them, the only thing that matters is part 2, right? Because once they threw the interception and finished off the drive, that does them no good to go back and say, well, you know, we had a good one going. Finish things off. That's the only way you can get it done.
They'll start the drive with a carry by Jones. And he's going to be dropped following a pickup of 7 past the 30 to the 32. A good run got 7 on first. Here's 2nd and 3. Here's Herbert. The Vikings after him, and they get there for the sack. Joseph Osai in there to get him, and on the season now, that is 9 sacks for him. The Bucs on 3rd down, a perfect 4 for 4 thus far. This is 3rd down and 12. Got his man complete over the middle. That's Hopkins. And a pretty nice tackle there, ranging up from his free safety spot as he'll stop him about a yard short. They'll get 11, but still a little short. 4th down. They'll go with Jones. And he's got some space here. And he'll have it past midfield almost to the 40 before being taken down.
So did you suspect the same thing that I did, that they were lining up just to drop?
100%.
Well, how about that? They were going for it the entire time. Never a question in his mind about going ahead and getting it, despite where they were on the field.
I don't know if you heard it in my voice when they snapped the ball. I was like, I almost wasn't ready to call the play. I just kept waiting for the timeout offensively.
We've seen this quite a few times in this game. Offensive line unable to keep leverage, unable to keep people away, facing a lot of pressure. Fortunate just to get rid of it.
One of the reasons they're down is that inability, though, to stop the pressure. We saw another example of it there. And this is going to turn into another 1st down as the tackle is made at the Vikings' 22-yard line. Now Herbert with it, looking to pass. And it's incomplete.
They've given up a few 1st downs on this drive, but getting the incompletion there, that should give them something to build on and maybe turn the tide.
A play fake, and now Herbert to throw. He's going to go up top for the end zone. It's incomplete. Took a shot, couldn't connect. This offense was on the move. Now 2 straight incompletions have them looking at 3rd and 10. Again, Herbert. And he is going to be taken down. They got him. As that is going to take us to the 2-minute warning. So it's Buccaneer football as we welcome you back. They come up on a 4th down situation with things not looking particularly rosy. 4th down for Herbert. Desperation time. He's going to look deep in zone for Hopkins. And it's incomplete. They cannot convert, and they turn it over. They had to go for it with such little time remaining, and the Vikings defense is going to get the football back. Here are the Vikings now to start their next drive. And he can only manage to get a couple. 2nd and 8 coming up. Now the Bucs going to use the first of their timeouts as they'll talk things over prior to this upcoming 2nd down play. Again, they'll pound it with Lynch. And able to get this one across the 45 before he's brought down. The Bucs going to go ahead and use the 2nd of their timeouts. And they'll be disappointed to have to burn one there after giving up the 1st down. They'll try and wind down some clock with Lynch. Oh, he's got a little daylight. And he's got this down to the 35. The Bucs forced to use their 3rd and final timeout as they'll head to the sideline and talk over what to do next. And not totally home free yet, but it's looking good as they come up 1st and 10. They'll try and run some clock here as they keep it on the ground. And they'll get this one down to about the 20-yard line. 114 yards rushing for him now as he has been tremendous all day long. First down, the run with Lynch. And able to get him down, but he does reach the 5. That's 30 yards now in the last 2 plays, back-to-back 15-yarders, and they're rolling. Well, they probably don't need to run a play here, but you wonder if they're going to be able to resist on 1st and goal. They'll run with Lynch, and for one of the few times here today, this run's not going to go anywhere. No gain on the play that time, and it sets up 2nd and goal. Charles, it's one thing to win. It's another thing to win and put up the amount of points that they did. Boy, were they clicking on offense.
They can't help but feel great about themselves, Ken.